superficial front line is to balance the superficial back line and to provide the back line with tensile support from the top to lift those parts of the skeleton which extend forward of the gravity line. Okay, so example, the rib cage in the face. Okay, and then the movements of the superficial front line would be flexion of the trunk, flexion of the hip, and then also extension of the knee. And then there would be dorsiflexion of the ankle. And the line would be from the toes to the quadriceps, and then from the pelvis area to the scapulofascia. This is the superficial back line. Its overall function is to support the body in full upright extension to prevent the tendency for to curl over into flexion like this. The line goes from the scapulofascia all the way down to the knees, ankles, and the movements are flexion and hyperextension. This is the lateral line. It balances the front and back, and bilaterally to balance the left and right. It also mediates among the other superficial lines, so like the back line, the front line, and all the other arm lines, and then also the spinal line. Yeah, it stabilizes the trunk and lays in a coordinated manner to prevent buckling of the structure during activity. And the movements would be lateral flexion of the trunk, eversion of the feet, and then abduction of the hip. And then the line is pretty confusing, but it's a line. It goes from the toes all the way up, and then it goes like a kind of zigzag kind of way, and all the way through to the brain area. As a spiral line, it functions partially to wrap the body in a double spiral to help maintain balance across all the planes. It stabilizes the trunk and the leg, and the other movements are eccentric, which shortens the muscle, and isometric, which does not change the length in the muscle, but it generates force. And the line is goes from the calves up, and then a spiral, and goes around, and then it goes all the way to the scapulofascia up here. And the same on the front, goes from the bottom to the top, and then spirals, and then goes to the back muscles all the way to the scapulofascia. One is the front and back functional lines. The front, they act as a stability and counterbalance for the lower limbs. So for example, one of the movements would be a football kick, right? You have your hand out here, right? And then you go for the kick, and then you go, right? So then your arm goes back, and then your right leg goes forward. So the counterbalance. So just one arm goes back, and then the leg goes in the front. The front functional line goes from the adductor ligament right here, all the way here to the pectoris major, and then the back functional line goes from the subpatellar tendon all the way to the latissimus dorsi, and again, as a counterbalance for the lower limbs. Thank you.